New year, new you. Feels right? But what's the difference between the people who complete their goals and follow through with their goals and those who don't? Right? It seems to be an American tradition, at least, to have goals at the beginning of the year. Now we're in the anti-resolution. Even that camp, you're like, are you a resolution person? You're not. We have the anti-resolution people because we're like, this is a farce. This doesn't even happen. Nobody does this shit. Which, of course, that's good, right? Well, fuck. Instead of trying to have a goal, I just won't have any. Ah, brilliant. I see what you're doing there. But why does it happen? Why do we have these good intentions and we have these ideas of what we want and then we don't accomplish them? How does this happen? This comes down to a question of what? Identity. Identity. If you want to change your life, you have to change how you see yourself. That's it. Right? Big difference between somebody who's offered a drink and says, oh, I don't drink, versus somebody says, oh, I'm trying not to drink anymore. They may try to get the same outcome. They are not the same thing. The person who says, I don't drink is saying what? I don't identify with being a drinker. I have no identity in that. Right? Somebody who says, oh, I'm trying not to drink is saying, oh my God, my identity is as a drinker, but I am trying not to do it. Good luck with that. That is only a matter of time. If you want to change your life, you have to change your identity. How do you see yourself? What do you believe about yourself? Who are you? What do you want? So, myself, and I'm sure Matt, I see myself as a healthy person, an ex-athlete that wants to stay in good shape. So I do not have a hard time staying motivated to go to the gym, which isn't to say that I enjoy it every fucking day. I don't. Yesterday's workout sucked. I was pissed. But I identify with being a healthy person. Right? If you haven't been in the gym for a very long time, or ever, and you start going to the gym, guess what little voice is raising up in your head? Oh, maybe you're just not genetically designed for this. It's not in you. You're not supposed to be healthy. You laugh. This shit comes up. Oh, it's my DNA. It's my heritage. It's my family. None of us are in shape. What are you doing? You're appealing to an identity. If it doesn't serve you, I suggest you change it. By the way, we are all about identity in our society right now. Fucking everything's identity. Which is hilarious to me on so many levels. But identify with things that serve you. Is wealth first a possession or a mentality? Everybody in this room got that. You know how many people are completely confused on this right now in our society? They think wealth is having money. What happens if you give $1 million to somebody who has a poor mentality? It's gone. That's an unpopular thing to say. Because a lot of the messages in our world right now is, oh, if we just gave the money to everyone equally, it would be a fair world. No, it fucking would not. You are not solving for the human. We could take all of the money from all of the wealthy people and redistribute it evenly to everyone and give it 3 to 5 years, it will be back in the hands of the wealthy people. Because wealth is not a fucking possession. It's a mindset. So if you want to be wealthy, identify as a wealthy person. So good question to ask yourself. What would a wealthy person do here? But how you identify has a lot to do with your behavior. Remember, I said this the other day. Every decision you make, every action you take is a vote towards the person you believe you are. So you could do a simple self-awareness test here on that and go, where am I casting my votes? What does my action and behavior tell me about myself? What I believe about who I am? We have a deep, deep psychological need to be congruent with how we see ourselves. You will not fight your identity for very long. Now, the part that seems missed by a lot of people is your identity is entirely up to your interpretation. No, I was born this way. This is who I am. Okay. You can rewrite your identity. Why would we not want to acknowledge that? That's a lot of work. It's easier just to say, this is who I am. Which is cool, by the way. Totally cool to say, this is who I am. Just accept responsibility for the consequences of saying that. How you see yourself is how you show up. This is deep work. Right? So maybe you grew up believing you didn't deserve love, or you didn't deserve a good relationship. And now that's deeply embedded in who you think you are. Guess what's going to happen every time you get into a healthy relationship? If you get into a healthy relationship. You're going to blow the whole fucking thing up. For all those people who are in the gym right now, if they don't quickly transition to somebody that they see as an athlete, see themselves as a fit person, they are not going to last. They won't be there much longer, right? We all know this. They will leave. Well, how do you know how you see yourself? Well, here's an indication. It's not foolproof, but it is an indication. Matt, how do you feel when you don't go to the gym? You say maybe irritated, maybe get a little anxious, a little frustrated, annoyed. That's a good way to figure out where your identity is tied, because when you work opposite of it, it annoys you. It frustrates you. Where does this come into play? You're a lazy person. Now you're being asked to work hard. Oh, I just don't work hard. That's not what I do. You ever seen somebody get irritated because they're asked to work harder? Why? Because they don't identify with being a hard worker. They identify with something else. I don't show up on time. That's not what I do. You really expect me to be here on time every day? Yeah, fuckstick. Yes, I do. Well, that's just not reasonable. Yeah, I don't know what precious little world you fucking grew up in. It's entirely unreasonable to not be dependable. We know that inherently. You show up to interview here and the door's locked and I'm not here. You pumped? You're already like, wow, this is a professional organization. Wait, how long do you wait at the door? 10 minutes? 5 minutes? So we know it. We inherently know it. We just don't live it. It's ideal versus real. 15 minutes go by, maybe you're still at the door and I walk up and I'm putting on my tie, trying to get my hair right, and kind of hard to do these days with the big beard and the hair. You pumped? You're like, wow, this is a professional organization. No. Why the fuck would you expect more from me than you? Help me understand that. Walk me through that like a small child. So much of the work in this plane, and by this plane I mean this realm, which I mean Earth, is you remembering who you are, who you really are. Not all the forms, not all the programming, who you really are. Get to know that person. And get rid of all the bullshit identities that do not serve you. You are powerful. You are meant for prosperity. You are meant to live in integrity. You are meant to live in love. Those are all your birthrights, all of them. You just need to remember that and surrender all the bullshit stories that society, parents, people have put on you that you're supposed to be something different or you are something different. Here's a big one. Most people don't even recognize. You are enough. It is a question that is being asked over and over and over again. So much of the behaviors that we do and how we show up in the world is to in some way compare ourselves in a way that question answered. Am I enough? Am I worthy? I'm going to tell you you are worthy. I'm going to tell you you're enough. But it does not matter what I say. Who needs to believe that and hear that? You. Once you do that, it will change how you show up in the world. Now excellence isn't something you have to work at, it's who you fucking are. You see the difference? If you believe no matter how hard you work, you'll never be enough, what's the chances you're going to continue to work hard? Pretty low. Because some dumbass told you when you were a kid you'll never be enough or you'll never amount to something. Or maybe society's putting that on you. Fuck society. This is the internal work. You start to get yourself solidified on the inside, this shit changes quick. By the way, when you know who you are you offended by people that have a different opinion of you? No. No, you're not. Thank you for your feedback. Appreciate your feedback. When somebody takes offense, the reason they take offense more often than not is because they haven't solidified who they are. So they go, am I that person? Good place to learn this, if you haven't learned it in your social circles, is social media. People like to share their opinions of not only what I say, but how I dress, my beard. Turns out the beard is not very popular among many people I know. Am I offended? No, I don't care. Thank you. And other people, oh, I love your beard. Oh, it's great. So what do I say to both? It's the same answer to both of them. Thank you for your feedback. Why? Because my identity is not tied to people's opinions of me. Which means, does not mean I do not care about what people are saying. I still listen because there may be something I can learn from it. I like feedback. Like, hey, that tie combo doesn't work. I look back and go, oh, you're right. That wasn't my best tie combo. I'll learn from that. But I don't take it personally. Do you see the difference? So if you want to bring real change to your life this year, if you want your resolutions to go past the next 2 weeks, if you want to complete your goals this year, start changing how you see yourself. And ask yourself some questions. One of them being, who would somebody be who succeeded at this? What would a top rep look like? What would a top business owner look like in this scenario? What would their decision be? Because what you're doing is invoking identity. And again, every action you take is a vote towards the person you believe you are. And it's just a single vote. Single vote doesn't get you the win either way, right? Which is, I think, positive. Because, I mean, just because you fuck it up every once in a while doesn't mean you're fucked. Everybody understand it? You can have grace on yourself. But start to change how you see yourself, and everything else around you will change. That's the game. And this is tough because a lot of us are waiting for the world or the universe or God or whoever the fuck, wife, spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, to tell us who they think we are. And the world's going, no. You tell me who you are, and I'll back that.